All right. Here we go. Pinocchio ran to the mirror. He hardly recognized himself. Father, father, what has happened? Cried Pinocchio. I wonder where the old Pinocchio of wood has hidden himself. There he is, answered Geppetto, and he pointed at a large marionette, arms hanging limp, legs twisted under him. Yeah, that looks about right. All right. We cleaned, we brushed, we stored. What else is there?
We have to check for monsters. We forgot to last night.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Daddy, there's something under my bed.
A scary monster?
Yeah.
With sharp teeth and claws and tentacles?
Maybe.
All right.
Humans have always been drawn to terrifying monster stories. These tales have haunted our imaginations for centuries, fueling our fascinations with creatures of nightmare and darkness. But while we have grown accustomed to these mythic horrors, one true monster has slipped through the cracks of legends into the real world we live in today. Unlike the beasts of myth, this creature is not confined to the pages of stories. It is real. It is out there, watching, waiting. Bears, magical, powerful creatures that exist on 4 of the 7 continents: South America, North America, Europe, and Asia. Among all of their subspecies, 3 of them are more well known to general public: black bear, brown bear, or grizzly bear, and polar bear. Brown bears who do not live in coastal areas and do not have access to marine-derived food are called grizzly. Others are coastal brown bear, among which largest ones live in Kodiak Island in Alaska. Male Kodiak bears could reach up to 800 kilograms. Although black bears are noticeably smaller than brown or grizzly bears, size does not really clarify the difference between these two. So instead of mumbling some facts for you, I believe this clip from Joe Rogan completely informs you what is going on.
I've only seen one grizzly bear in the wild in my life. They look at you so different. Because a black bear is a different animal. Black bears look at you like, who are you? Are you gonna eat me? Am I gonna eat you? What's going on? Grizzly bears look at you like this, like, how fast can you run? There's a darkness in their eyes. That's a predator. They're not scared of nobody other than bigger bears. They're just massive killing machine, and they're so durable. That's the thing about them that's so crazy. When you watch them fight, they beat the fuck out of each other, and they don't even seem to have marks on them. They're biting the shit out of each other's necks. And if you've ever seen them run, they can run faster than people can run. So these two dudes going at each other. If that's coming after you, man, these are 1,000 pounds.
When grizzly bears attack, it is usually because of 2 reasons. If it's a female grizzly bear, you are literally better off letting her fuck you up. You are supposed to put your hand behind your neck, lay in a fetal position, and don't let her get access to your organs, because she wants to chew your organs apart. That is why it is really important to have a strong backpack. She will fuck up backpack while you're laying on your chest. Assuming you can survive that, she's probably going to break your arms, snap your legs, bite into you in ways that you cannot imagine what kind of power and force she would generate. Eventually, she wants to immobilize you as a threat to her children. But if a male trying to kill you, it is usually because he is starving to death. And when it happens, you are literally fucked. Imagine a 1,000-pound animal which is an excellent swimmer and tree climber running toward you with a speed of 48 km per hour. And on top of that, bears are omnivore. So unlike lion and tiger, which kill their prey first, bears don't give a shit about killing first. They literally pin you to the ground and start chewing chunk of you. and there's absolutely nothing you can do. So it's gonna be a long death, and all someone can do is pray to be unconscious as soon as possible. Finally, polar bear, largest bear on our planet, native to Arctic with maximum weight of 800 kilograms. There is a famous saying about bears: if it is black, fight back. If it is brown, play dead. If it is white, you are dead. And this is as real as it gets, considering the shortage of food in their habitat. They attack anything that moves. This famous video is about BBC reporter making documentary on polar bear. And before the bear has a chance to close the distance, he had to get inside box. And looking at bear trying its best to find a way to eat him. When it comes to bear attack, the first guy that comes to mind is Timothy Treadwell, who decided to live with bears in Alaska and delusionally considered himself a friend of bears. He lasted for 13 summers due to the fact that bears are well fed in this area with enormous source of fish.
I love them with all my heart. I will protect them. I will die for them. But I will not die at their claws and paws. Well, I'm here with one of my favorite bears. It's Mr. Chocolate. Hey, Mr. Chocolate. He's been with me for over a decade, and he's been my good friend. But mostly, I love these bears enough to survive and do it right. The expedition coming close to close, but I'm still, of course, here.
This madness continues until the end of the summer of 2003. One bear was not well fed to go for hibernation and decided to eat him and his girlfriend. And the terrifying part of this story is when the bear approached them, they decided to turn on the camera and film it, and before they have a chance to remove the lens, the bear attacked. You can still find 5 minutes of their agonizing screaming while being eaten alive on the internet. The second one is about Rocky the bear, who appeared in a lot of movies and basically was Tom Cruise of bear community. One day when a guy was standing next to Rocky, he remembered he is a bear, not an actor to entertain people, and decided to rip his throat out, and poor man died minutes after the attack due to extreme bleeding. But one of the worst bear attacks in the history happened in December of 1915 in Hokkaido, Japan, when a bear went on rampage for 2 consecutive days. It was mid-November in the village of Sankabetsu, located in Hokkaido Island. As the members of a small community in this village were preparing for long, cold winter, little did they know that deep in the forest, something deadly had awoken. It all started when sometimes in late November, an Osori bear, one of the subspecies of brown bear comparable to Kodiak bear in size, showed up at the house of Akida family and scared the family's horse and made its way back to the wilderness with good amount of harvested corn. A few days later, the bear returned and the head of the family with his sons and couple of villagers shot at the bear, and believing the bear now fearing of human, they considered the effort a success, but it was not. When bears wake up early during hibernation like this one, it is because of extreme hungerness, and as they say, a bear without hole in the winter has nothing to lose. Villagers learned that in the hard way when the bear reappeared at the Ota family farm on the morning of December 9th. Presents were a woman named Mayu and an unrelated baby she was taking care of named Mikio. Upon entering the home, the bear killed baby Mikio with a bite to the head. It appeared the woman tried her best to stop the bear. However, there is no chance to stand against 3.7 meter bear weighing around 350 kilograms. The bear dragged her to the forest. Early the next morning, a search party went after bear, and no more than 200 meters from the village, they were face to face with the bear they later called Kesagake. In panic, they started shooting but unsuccessful in hitting the animal. They gathered the remains of the woman back to the village, and all the gunmen were expecting that Kesagake would return to the scene of the crime at Ota farm on the night of December 10th to claim its corpse. Meanwhile, their family members, including 2 women with their children along with 1 gunman, stayed at another house 500 meters from Ota house for their safety. One of the two women was pregnant. Kisagake returned at 8 p.m. The men fired their rifles and injured the bear, followed the blood trail to the forest, however lost track of that in heavy storm. This is the part that makes this story literally equal to horror movies. Kisagake turned around and shifted its attention to the house women and children were, while all the men are out there in the jungle. In the middle of the night, the bear broke to the window and entered the house, and it was a complete massacre. In the chaos, the oil lamp extinguished. Just imagining the screaming and the bear roar in the total darkness. 5 were killed, and survivors testified they could hear pregnant woman pleading the bear to eat only her head and not her belly. Sadly, bears don't have a concept of mercy, so the bear crushed her head and ripped the fetus out of her stomach. News of the attack reached to the Hokkaido government, and it took an army of soldiers to finally take down Kisagake. After such a horrible tragedy, the villagers began to leave and the village turned into ghost town. Today, there is only a shrine reconstructing the events of incident in remembrance of those who lost their life. I'm not an expert in the area of animals. I'm just a guy who have seen more documentaries about wild animals than a normal guy. I'm just a guy who have read more stories about wild animals than a normal guy. So believe me when I say that our brain is not even going to correctly compute how much stronger bears are than us. Just look at the hand. Look at the hand. This is the hand that could break your neck by even bitch slapping you. Even early humans with their warrior spirit and iron will to survive had no chance as they were turning into bear-shaped left and right when facing short-faced bear, which is extinct now thanks to God. Let alone this generation.
خواستم بدونم اسم این استایل شما چیه دقیقا؟
استریت استایل. استریت استایل.
So while 1,000 years ago all someone could think first in the morning was, am I gonna make it until tonight? Now the question turned into this. My heart is broken and my feeling is hurt and I don't know how to fix it. And you know why we will keep having these bullshit questions? Because we invented rifles and they are behind the bars.